So today was potentially my last day in uniform.
What?
Yeah. I asked if I could just. I got all my stuff done for clearing. They don't need me for tomorrow. Can I just go home? And they're like, yeah, sure. And then I do my CSP, which is only in civilians. I'm going to be clearing while I'm in CSP, so I'll just be in my civilians then. Then I go on terminal leave right after the class. Potentially today could have been my last day wearing my uniform.
It feel like liberating?
Yes. 100% yes. It's just like...
When you were like, wait.
Like Spider-Man rip. It's just like...
My day was also memorable.
Oh, yeah? And I like the hat, Matt.
Thank you. I was hoping that you would comment. You know what? I have a question for you. On the back, it says Stay Ivy.
It's the Ivy division. The green stuff is the Ivy. I don't know what it stands for. It stands for something, but...
You were there for like how many years? You're like,
4 years. I never knew. And I'd been there for so long, I was afraid to ask.
You're like, you're waiting for that new guy to ask.
Yeah.
You're like, fucking idiot, doesn't know what that means. And you just like quiet down. You're like,
you lean over to your buddy. What the fuck does that mean? Fucking dumbass that you're having them do put.
This is how I'm getting free Applebee's Saturday, Veterans Day.
Oh yeah.
Dude, someone tried doing that to me today. I was working a register, and they were like, "Oh, you guys do a military discount?" I'm like, "Yeah, you got an ID on me, or on you, excuse me." And he goes, I was like, "Bro, I could buy a hat, like you have an identification that says you're a veteran." He goes, "No, usually they just take my hat." I'm like, "No, man, like anyone can buy a hat." He goes, "You wouldn't buy a hat." I was like, "I definitely could buy a fucking hat if I wanted to, dude."
Yeah.
Like, just a hat is what
people go to surplus stores and buy uniforms.
Dude, you can go to fucking like Walmart and buy a fucking U.S. Army shirt or something. Yeah. Like, what are you talking about?
Exactly.
But that's not how my day was memorable.
Oh, okay.
If I had a nickel for every time I've touched my brother's used condom, then I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's actually 20. So I get home, and you know that we said, like, hey, as soon as I get off work, we're recording. I got home late. I left like 30 minutes after I was supposed to. So I'm rushing home. I get home, and I'm like, goddamn, I need to take a quick piss real quick, and I wanted to get the hat.
Yeah.
So I went into my room, which is upstairs, and Aaron's room, upstairs next to mine, for the people who don't know. And I let Jules, because she doesn't see me all day, and she's all jumping, she's on top of me. I let her go upstairs with me, even though it's kind of like I don't let her do it too often. And this is why. Because when I'm in the bathroom peeing, unbeknownst to me, she is not in my room. Because she usually gets in my bed and just kind of lays there. Mm-hmm. She walks into Aaron's, Aaron's door wasn't pushed all the way because he has like a towel on the door frame to let it dry. So she like nuzzles it open, and I guess he has a trash can with no lid, and he just threw it right on top.
Yeah.
So like I'm peeing, and she comes around the corner, and she's like, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And she's like doing it faster. I was like, oh, okay. And I'm still pissing. I have my left hand hold my dick,
like, what the
and my
fuck?
right hand I'm grabbing hold of her and bringing her close. And then I switch hands because I get done peeing.
You're like,
and I reach in there and I grab it and I pull it out like a magician with those ropes, because it started out with like the knot end because it ties it off. So I pull it out. I'm like, and I just throw it in the toilet and I flush it. And I like turn and I'm like, what the fuck? And I go into her room, or I go into Aaron's room, and I shut the door so she doesn't grab another one. I don't know how many he's got in there. And I go back into my bathroom, and it's still floating on the water. I'm like, why won't you die? So I like flush it again, so it like goes down and it's gone.
Yeah.
But now I can't like this. I've washed his hand twice, and I still like feel gross.
All right, let me go get my military hat.
I'm gonna go get a beer.
Well, my hat's right here. Ugh. Mine's my company hat. Like,
Aaron, Steffens loved the condom story, by the way.
all right. We're gonna go into college football.
They say the best beer tastes good. Will it be from a porcelain pot or a tin cup?
How about
So-
a plastic?
Fucking, what is it?
Give me hand sanitizer. This hand is bugging me, bro.
Texas beat Kansas State 33-30 in overtime. Oklahoma State beat number 9 Oklahoma 27-24.
Clemson notes for the Nebraska game, or when you're ready. Waiting.
Yeah, Clemson beat number 15 Notre Dame 31-23. So Notre Dame is somehow still ranked, and they have 3 losses. No idea how.
Are the losses like?
They're against like nobody teams too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like outside their conference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that's supposed to bring them down like a lot more.
It should. Yeah. I don't know. It's rigged. Because that's the theme that's going around this year. Iowa State lost to number 21 Kansas, 28-21. I watched that game. They robbed a touchdown from Iowa State. Like on the kickoff return in the second quarter. So like they got a pick 6 in the second quarter. They got the kickoff return. Iowa State runs it back for a touchdown. And they said he stepped out of bounds, but watching the replay, I'm just like, the fuck? He didn't step out at all. Like you can see the green blades of grass in between his fucking shoe and the fucking sideline. Like there is enough space. But because they can't challenge it and it was outside the 2-minute mark.
That's what I was gonna ask. Was it because I'm assuming as soon as he stepped out of bounds, I bet you they blew it dead.
No, they didn't.
Wait, they let the play continue and let him run into
and
the
then
zone?
Take it back.
And then they should have reviewed it.
Yeah.
And it should have.
But it was outside the 2-minute mark.
Well, any scoring play is reviewable, so they should have reviewed it.
Yeah, they should have.
And then it should have been like, if the ruling on the field was a touchdown, then they needed to have more than enough evidence.
Yeah.
To overturn it. So
yes.
You're telling me, do you have like a?
They literally just took the ball back to the fucking 35.
You don't have to play the clip now, but do you have like a photo of the grass in between?
I didn't take a photo. I should have. I really should have because I was watching the game at my lady's place while we're cooking dinner. I was like going in between cooking dinner and like looking at the game and coming back. And it fucking pissed me off. And then they got sacked a couple times, didn't get a field goal, punted, got the ball back, and then was able to kick a field goal before the end of the half. And, like, if they had gotten that touchdown, it would have been 28-28 going in the fourth quarter.
Just dig.
Yeah. It's just like, or like at the end of the fourth quarter would have been 28-28. Like, it's fucking bullshit. Tulane barely beat Eastern Carolina. And mind you, Tulane is 8-1, right? And they're number 24. Guess the record of East Carolina.
2-6.
No, 1-8.
8.
1-8. And they only won by like a last second fucking field goal in the fourth.
Damn.
Yeah.
Who did they beat?
Tulane beat East Carolina barely.
Oh, to become 1-8.
Yeah.
So they okay. Okay. I was confused, but now I understand.
But yeah, like literally their records are reversed, and it was that close of a game. They should not be fucking ranked 24.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy.
I mean, did they have? You always do.
Big upset. Number 25 Air Force lost to Army, 23-3.
And the Army isn't ranked, correct?
Yes, they are 3-6, and Air Force is 8-1.
But doesn't the Army usually win that matchup, or am I wrong?
So when Air Force is usually ranked, they typically win. When they have an electric offense like they do this year, they typically win. But they...
Would you say they mostly run the ball? Like,
that's Army. That's
game.
Army that mostly runs the ball.
Army?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though Army, it's kind of retarded too. They force their players to follow the Army's height and weight standards. So Army will never have a good team, yes, because they do not have offensive linemen that are fucking 300 pounds.
So, like, I get it because they're still supposed to be, like, service members either at the fucking West Point or...
Yep.
Does the Air Force and the Navy
I don't know if Air Force does, but I know Army does.
That is crazy, like, that they do that. And they still, like, here's the thing. You can still play college, but maybe not at, like, do Division 2 or...
Yeah. It's just like...
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know
and
that
so,
was a
like,
thing.
yeah, they fucking... And if they bust height and weight, which I normally do, you have to get taped. And if you bust tape, then you're fucking in trouble. So, like, they could even, like, you know, they can still be, like, jacked as shit, but, like, they will never meet the size that some of these other defenses have. So they will never have a fucking team that's a top contender.
Which is crazy. Like, if you, like, you can look at somebody and go, like, you're overweight, you're, like, you're unhealthy big.
Yeah.
Versus, like, big ripped.
Yeah.
Like,
and, like,
why the fuck are you, like, why are we going off of, like, BMI when BMI is so fucking, like...
So, like, the Army is slowly transitioning into, like, the bod pods and everything now.
What is that?
Like, you pretty much just sit in, like, this compression chambers kind of like thing, and it measures your BMI. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
But it's been a slow transition because the Army likes to take their fucking sweet time, and I'm not going to state political stuff on this, but I have...
whenever you get out, are you a little bit better to speak your mind?
Yeah. I will be speaking my mind. But yeah, it's just like, obviously there's going to be some things I can't talk about still, because it's like, some things will be considered, you know, secret and all this shit like that. But like,
makes sense.
Yeah, normally the stuff that I want to speak my mind on, they're already declassified stuff and everything.
But you can Google it.
Yeah. If you wanted to, like, really know something, you could Google the things I'm going to talk about when I'm out. All right,
have a separate podcast of your Army stories?
No, probably not.
No.
I'll just sneak them into this one and the Bonzo Boy Podcast.
If we ever get that thing back up and running,
I'll fucking help produce it then when I'm back. So Michigan State Nebraska game. Your notes.
Okay, so here's what I'll say. There's like a like at the end of the game, there's like two big things that you can really say screw Nebraska over. But you know my policy, my philosophy when it comes to that is I don't like the term robbery for close games, because for me, if you like it's like MMA, UFC, boxing. Don't let it go to the judges.
Yeah.
So in football, you need to be beating them 2, 3, 4 scores. Now I know that's easier to say than to do.
Yeah, easier said than done.
But so there's two different scenarios, but I think it was one play or maybe like same drive. Sorry. Gotta give the dog something to keep her occupied. But she's not digging through condoms and stuff. All right. Come here. Sit. Come your paw. Good girl. Good girl. Lay down.
So yeah,
lay down.
I'm guessing.
Lay down. Good girl. So I'll just tell you what I saw, because I saw this one and I thought the same thing. So very second to last play technically.
Yeah.
I think we need 3 points to tie, and we're getting close to the field goal range. So he drops back, sets up the pass, arms coming forward, ball, like he gets kind of strip sacked from behind. But the arms coming forward, so legally that should be
an incomplete pass.
Ball.
Yeah.
But what happened was when it was a strip sack, everyone ran back, grabbed the ball, gave it to the official, and they did one more play, which was a Hail Mary.
Mm-hmm.
So they lost, I think, like 20-something seconds.
Yeah.
In that exchange.
Mm-hmm.
So that's number one. The referee should have blew it dead because the arm was coming forward.
Yep.
Which, even in real time, it's very clear to see the arm was coming forward.
Yeah.
Now, the weird thing is it didn't leave his hand, but the arm was coming forward to do the pass. But in the rules, it doesn't have to leave the hand. The arm just needs to be coming forward.
Yep.
So that's number one. Number two, when they hiked the ball and they were doing their last-minute Hail Mary, there was a very egregious pass interference call. So he hucked it down the field, and two defenders basically squished the wide receiver, and he couldn't go anywhere. And the ball, and the thing that I was saying is maybe you could call holding because the ball was still a little bit further off.
Yeah.
And I'd have to look at, because I saw the clip, but I didn't see, I think,
how far the ball was or anything. Yeah.
And I think you have to be outside of the 5, like you have to be past 5 yards for it to be considered pass interference.
Yeah.
But then again, those are two very obvious plays that should have had the play stopped. That didn't. And I mean, at very least, it could have. I mean, who just say we would have won?
Yeah.
I mean, who
knows?
We got to those points and they kicked the field goal, we force an overtime, and we win in overtime.
Yeah.
But, I mean, just having that chance to have that ability to go in. But, I mean, like I said, the first half, Nebraska's offense was so, anemic. And the one touchdown we did get in the first quarter was kind of, finicky because the officiating was terrible all game.
Yeah, for both sides?
So, for both sides.
Okay.
And that's why I'm not crying too much foul.
Yeah.
Because it happened to both sides of the team. Or both times for both sides of the field.
And that's something I saw with the Iowa State game. The officiating was kind of finicky there too, and it was on both sides. It wasn't just Iowa State and Kansas. I was bitching and complaining about the one touchdown they took away, but other than that, I think they were just letting them play. They knew it was a rivalry game. Iowa State, Kansas, usually always a big game. And so I understand them just letting him play it out. And that makes sense. If you're just gonna let it play out, let it play out. And that's maybe what was happening with the Huskers game. And then for devil's advocate on that arm coming forward, maybe the ref was just in a bad position to see it. Got a lot of fucking people all around him in the pocket. He could just not have a good sideline. Yeah.
I agree with that too. And the one thing I was thinking of is because I think he had 3-4 seconds. Instead of trying to do another hurry-up Hail Mary, spike the football.
Yeah.
Spike it, then that gives the refs time to meet. If you let that game run out and let the clock expire, then game's over.
And he is a freshman quarterback, so, you can't really... He's going to learn this stuff. Yes. He's going to learn.
Mistakes so that's one of those things, does it suck that we lost?
Yeah.
Yes. But, I mean, big ups to Michigan State.
Yeah.
Because I know
they were 3-6, yeah.
It's an interim coach, and he never expected to be in that position.
Yeah.
And I think that was his first. I can't say that was his first game, but I know it was his first win.
Yeah. So
good.
Props on him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rush in because I'm kind of on a time crunch, so I'm just gonna rush into the next one. Steelers Titans. Steelers somehow came away with the win, 20-16.
That's a good game to watch, though. I really like that game.
I saw the last second interception. Huge fucking that sealed it. Because I was sitting there watching the play-by-play because I don't have Prime. I don't have Amazon Prime, so I'm just sitting there on my phone watching the play-by-play.
So don't you have Aaron's?
No.
Don't you have Aaron's Prime? You don't have it anymore?
I lost the fucking Wi-Fi password and everything. Or not the Wi-Fi.
You bought a whole bunch of Transformer movies and you didn't say anything and.
I texted Aaron.
Oh, he makes it seem, or I guess did you imply that you're buying one, but then you bought the whole series or something?
I let him know, and I was just renting.
Intern.
I at least texted him and gave him a heads up, hey. And that was back in fucking 2020.
It was a few years ago.
Yeah.
It was a few years ago. Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm just watching the play-by-play, starting to get nervous because they're pushing downfield. I'm like, holy fuck. And
too, because I was sitting there, I was like, man, I want to win. I want to win this
Yeah.
week.
Yeah, somehow they came away with a win. Like George Pickens on my
defense.
fantasy had 0.8. 0.8.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he had negative yards.
Dave, Najee Harris, he finally got a touchdown first touchdown the season. So I was happy with that.
Dolphins lost the Chiefs. We were both wrong on that. 14-21.
That game was not at all what I expected it.
Yeah.
Like, the Dolphins did fuck all in the first half.
Oh yeah.
It was bad to watch.
Vikings ended up beating the Falcons. Josh Dobbs. I picked him up on my fantasy. Yeah. I was looking at his stats throughout the year. They're not bad. Like they're not bad. No, he's definitely underrated so far.
I think the Vikings have better tools around him than he had at Arizona.
Yeah, 100%.
So hey, he might be good.
Yeah,
he might be good.
We're both right on the Browns beating the Cardinals 27-0. That was a blowout game.
That was a slaughter.
We were both wrong on the Rams. 20-3.
Yeah, well, I thought so there's two games like this. This is the first one where I didn't know Matt Stafford was going to be out. I think they announced it like Saturday.
Yeah.
And it not even like Stetson Bennett, our regular. I guess he's in rehab because he's an alcoholic or something.
Nathan was talking about it. Around your mom's wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I forgot about that.
I guess I forgot. So this other guy comes in, and dude, that guy he fucking sucks.
Yeah.
He is the worst fucking like
third string.
Did so much. So here's what the defense did a ton, but they're not like the Steelers where they can score points.
Yeah, pull out the win out of their ass. Yeah.
But like they can generate. I mean, there was a lot of sacks and then I think a couple fumble recoveries and an interception. But yeah, they did nothing with it, and he was just a glorified. He's one of those running back QBs that can't fucking throw for shit. But hey, we picked up Carson Wentz, so I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. I don't know how long Matt Stafford's gonna be out for. I'm
gonna go back to the Chiefs game. Travis Kelce got me like 2 points on fantasy. I just wanted.
Taylor Swift wasn't there.
Yeah, I'm bitching and complaining.
Dude, your fantasy has the greatest potential, but I feel like it always just
it's just
down.
Yeah, it does. And I'm just like, what the I have a team that is so stacked, but like whenever like just one player usually each week is just fucking shit in the bed. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And then I have 2 guys on IR, potentially a third here soon. I'm just like, what the fuck, dude?
That's how it goes.
Oh, it's fucking pissing me off. All right. Commanders beat the Patriots 20-17. Wasn't really surprised.
I didn't even mean to do this for Veterans Day, but it is coming up, so it's kind of like
a Veterans Day.
Halloween.
Yeah. Veterans Day.
Yeah.
You can thank me for my service.
You can thank me for my service.
I thank you for your cervix.
Cadet Lieutenant Colonel.
All right.
JROTC.
We're both right on the Saints beating the Bears 24-17. We're both wrong on the Seahawks 37-3. They got fucking mollywopped.
They got fucking murdered.
I was right on the Texans. You were wrong on the Bucks 39-37.
That was a close game. And dude.
CJ Stroud, holy fuck, dude.
I think Tom picked him up, and I was so mad because he was a free agent for so long.
Yeah,
and I was kind of like,
I was honestly debating between CJ Stroud and Joshua Dobbs, and I was just looking at the points, and Joshua Dobbs is more consistent at getting 20 points, like on fantasy, than CJ Stroud, and that's why I picked Joshua Dobbs.
Yeah, I was gonna pick up, but then I was like, Goff is doing pretty good. It looks like Joe Burrow is really coming back as Joe Burrow.
And like all you need is a quarterback that can consistently get you 20 points a game, and that's all you need. Like to have a.
As long as Joe Burrow doesn't get injured, they already had their bye.
Yeah,
I'm good.
We're both right on the Colts beating the Panthers 27-13.
Dude, fucking Bryce Young looked like dog shit.
Yes. What was it? So, we were both wrong on the Giants. Oh, no. Did Saquon play?
He did play. That's what I was going to tell you about. Is And I was sitting there. I was like, dude, I really wanted to pick the Raiders, but I didn't.
You ended up
And
following
we both
me.
said,
Yeah.
I did end up following you, which but we both were saying, like, neither one of us texted each other, so I was like, I'm just gonna go because I should have texted you Saturday saying like I'm picking the Raiders, but I didn't because I forgot. So we're just gonna both take that L.
Yeah. We're both right on the Eagles beating the Cowboys, 28-23. We're both right for
coming up from that game is hilarious.
Yes, it's fucking.
We're fucking
yeah. Weedham Boys season. It's just like we were both right on the Bengals beating the Bills, 24-18. Do you think the Bills are starting to get washed, or are they just in a lull?
Their secondary is so beat up. That's like the big thing.
But just a lull then?
It's like the injury bug. But here's the thing: it's like, their defense is not like their money maker. It's their offense. The offense hasn't
been
really
doing the best either. Did you see the fucking Josh Allen fucking pump fake and then fucking points at the dude?
Dude, and then he got a penalty for taunting. It's like, come on, bro.
I sent a meme about how the league's been getting soft.
Are we gonna have time for that today, or do you want to?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna just kind of blow through, like, make this within underneath. Oh, it's already past 30 minutes, but I'm gonna try and get underneath 45. So,
you're fucking, you're dying to get your dick wet, bro.
Yes. It's been like 3 weeks. You're right on the Chargers beating the Jets, 27-6.
Dude, Zach Wilson looked like shit too.
Yeah, he did. And so that makes the same as fucking last week. You're down by one game. I'm 81-55. You're 80-56. While I'm clearing this, the fucking Rangers ended up winning that game while we're recording. Yeah.
Did they end up winning?
Yeah, it was like 5-1 or something. Or no. It was a blowout. It was a blowout win.
I watched that game, and the Diamondback fans stayed the entire time. They didn't leave in the 8th and the 9th inning when the game was already pretty much gone. Yeah. So
that's good on them. Good fans. They were sticking it out. And also, like, would you leave? Like, if
been there.
Would you leave? Would you leave if all of a sudden they came back with a Imagine how pissed off you would have been.
Even the prices it is to get into a World Series game. Fuck that, I ain't leaving.
No.
Even if my team's getting blown out 100-1, it's like, I'll stick it out.
Yeah.
The game's a game.
Game's a game. Yeah, that's why I never understood why my dad would leave games when we're like losing. And it's like that. Like, what if the comeback wins? And every single time he'd leave, we get a comeback win, and it's just like he'd just be like,
"That's bad luck."
Yeah, I guess so. Number 3 Michigan is playing number 10 Penn State. That's gonna be a good game to watch. Alabama's playing Kentucky. That should be a good game to watch. Any other? Number 18 Utah against number 5 Washington. That's going to be a good one. Tennessee and Missouri, 13-14. Ole Miss, number 9 Ole Miss against number 2 Georgia. West Virginia Oklahoma game is going to be good to watch. Oklahoma's number 17.
I'm assuming you've seen that video where West Virginia they do Sweet Caroline, but instead of going like bum bum bum, they do like eat shit Pitt, and then instead of like so good it's eat shit. It's so funny.
I haven't seen that, but
I'll send you a clip. It's hilarious.
Number 24 Duke is number 24 North Carolina is playing Duke, and then UCS is playing number 6 Oregon. All those should be good games to watch this weekend.
I love the interstate rivalries.
Oh yeah, they're so fucking fun.
I wish Nebraska had another one, but like
Iowa State's playing BYU this week. And then I'm going to be at the Huskers game against Maryland, which
I'm going to try and be.
So I'm actually going to go to a Huskers basketball game tomorrow. My lady's friend from work, her fiance got tickets for the game.
We should try to go to a Creighton game because apparently Creighton.
I'm going to try and meet the Huskers coach for basketball. Like, I'm going to try and get he used to be Iowa State's basketball coach. Then he went and coached the Bulls. And then he went and coached Nebraska after that.
Are you trying to convince him to go back to Iowa State?
I'm going to try and get an autograph at least. And then also, just say, like, go back to Iowa State, please.
Yeah.
It's like, I missed
you wear your Iowa State gear. Like,
yeah.
Bro, come back.
It's like, come back. Oh, shit. I should probably pack a shirt for this weekend then. An Iowa State shirt, just so he can sign it.
Yeah.
I should bring the Big 12 championship shirt. That'd be that'd be huge. All right, cool. I got a plan now. I need to grab that shit before I leave. I don't know who they're playing, and I don't feel like looking it up. I'll just talk about it next week.
Oh, Nebraska?
Yeah, for the basketball game.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like Fred Hoiberg, he played for Iowa State, and then he played on the Bulls with guess who? Michael Jordan.
Wow.
Yeah. But he ended up leaving the NBA early because he has a heart condition.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. And like his heart condition happens with anxiety and stress. And so like
playing for Jordan probably didn't help that.
No. But like, and even when he coached Iowa State, like that was always kind of like a joke because Iowa State basketball was notorious for being dog shit in the first half because they only play halves. They don't play four quarters.
Yeah.
But it's about 10 minutes less than like a full quarter or like a full half of the NBA. But Iowa State would be dog shit in the first half, but then would come back in the second half. And like every time it was a joke, just like making fucking Fred Hoiberg think he's going to be going to the ER by the end of this game. Like that was just always a joke with it whenever we had those fucking last second miracle wins. Yeah. And then he did so well with Iowa State. What's up, Brooklyn? And he was doing so good there, and his alma mater NBA team also wanted him to come coach. And he went and coached them for a couple of years. He did mediocre at best in the NBA.
Was it a head coach?
Yeah. So like his style is finding those random fucking JUCO guys and then bringing them to
like
D1. Like
diamond in the rough type.
Yeah, and like a lot of those players, he's got a lot of those dudes still in the NBA of like his diamond in the rough players and stuff. And the NBA was just not letting him build a team the same way he did with college. And so they quickly, it's just like after they saw how long it was taking him, it was just like, no. But like it was the same thing with Iowa State. Like they were getting good season, like mediocre seasons at first when he came there, and then he finally got those diamond and rough players developed, and he found even more diamond and rough players, and it just kind of steamrolled into like getting continuous diamond and rough. And then good players were seeing how good they were like, oh hey, I actually kind of want to go to them. Like that's a program I could probably start in. Maybe not my first season, but like sophomore year, I could definitely start in. And so like we just kept on getting a good role until he went to the NBA.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And our new coach, he's good too. He's been doing he kind of followed the same program that he had, but just not as effectively as Fred Hoiberg had. So it's been very painful to watch Iowa State basketball.
I see. Because
like we got Matt Campbell the year after Fred Hoiberg left.
Gotcha.
And so I was sitting there like, dude, if I could have both football and basketball playing phenomenal, I'm going to be happy.
I love that pussy's on the line until it comes to talking about Iowa State. Then it's like, it can wait. Like,
it was 5 minutes, all right? Eat shit. All right, so Panthers, Bears. I'm going to go Bears over Panthers.
Bears. going Bears.
The Bears. Actually,
though-
yeah, Justin Fields might not be playing.
That's what I was gonna say. Justin Fields' replacement also did fucking poorly.
I'm still gonna go.
Why is Justin Fields out? Oh, he's doubtful to play.
Yeah. I don't know, honestly. You know what? I'm just gonna go Bears because they're 1-3 at home.
Yeah,
Like, they're
I'll go
both
Bears
dog shit
too,
team.
but, yeah, it's one of those things. Like, I can't believe this is a Thursday night game to like start out the week.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Colts over Patriots.
I am also gonna follow you with Colts over Patriots.
Bengals over Texans.
Also gonna do Bengals over Texans.
Even though I wouldn't be mad if I saw the Texans win. Like,
that's exactly what I was gonna say too.
Vikings over Saints.
I'm also doing Vikings over Saints.
Are we getting that mid-season where like we think we have it figured out?
I think because I feel like we're both gonna do Steelers over Packers.
Yep.
Now this one, I'm going Bucks over Titans.
I want to see if Will Levis is fucking. I'm gonna go Titans. I think Will Levis has been producing fairly well. Even last game too, like he was doing really well there too. This is a tough one.
I'm going Jags over.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go against my Brock Purdy. Even though I won't be mad if the 49ers win. I don't. I'm gonna go Ravens.
I'm going Browns over Ravens.
Now I saw something that said the Browns could potentially win it too. But also I've just been like, the last few times we've gone against the Ravens, they fucking mollywopped us.
No, the Ravens. I think the Ravens are good.
Yeah, they are good.
Better.
They're finally finding their stride, and it only took them half the season. But Falcons over Cardinals.
Well, what do you think? Because Kyler Murray, this is supposed to be his first game back. Do you think he does anything with it?
Well, the NW3 beta's out.
So Falcons.
Yeah. Lions faithful.
I'm going with the Lions over the Chargers. Yeah.
Cowboy. I hate this. Through gritted teeth, I'm gonna say Cowboys just because the fucking bet's on the line.
Yeah. I'm going Seahawks over Commanders.
Yeah, I think that's a smarter choice. Jets over Raiders.
I'm going Jets over Raiders.
And then hopefully the Bills fucking pull shit out of their ass.
And I got the Bills, yeah.
And then we have...
That's it.
Well, and then on bye week, it's the Chiefs. Rams.
Eagles.
Dolphins, Eagles.
4 of the best teams in the NFL right now.
Yep. Well, 3 of the best teams.
4 of the
3 of the best teams.
4.
All right, sure. All right. See, we beat underneath 45 minutes, Matt. All right.
Do we have any difference? Okay, we have Titans, Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you have me as the 49ers? I wanted the Jags.
Oh, shit. My bad.
You're good. I was like, wait a minute. Okay, and then we have Ravens, Falcons, 2. We only got 2 that are different.
Yeah.
So another one that we could potentially split, or I can finally come over top.
Yep. Or I can start gaining a fucking lead again.
That is true. You can also gain a lead. Hey, what are you doing?
But yeah, this is going to be a really tight week for our records in the bet. So, because I'm going to go try and get my dick wet. We're going to call this one easy. Have a good Veterans Day, everybody.
So we're
still going to do the Instagram.
Oh, okay.
But like for the recording. Yeah.
Well, why are we going to do the Instagram thing if, like, is it only Brooklyn in the chat?
Yeah.
I mean, if Brooklyn wants to see it, then sure. But I don't think she really cares about NFL memes.
Well, I mean, it's up to you, Matt. I'll just stop the recording. I'm going to stop the recording, though, right now.
Okay. Well, then.
Bye, everybody that's on the YouTubes.